And we're live.
Yay.
We're live, Weech.
Welcome back to Makeup in Malinois Podcast with your most annoyingly favorite couple, Ben Hyman.
This is our first video podcast. So we'll be streaming.
Oh, and Creature. We can't forget about Creature. Creature's here on the
YouTube.
table. Mean muggin'.
He's going to be the best part of this podcast.
With his earrings.
Boom. Oh,
Nope.
tired. We're asleep.
And we're going to sleep. Oh, no. Something. Anyway.
All right.
We're back. We've been MIA.
I think this is the 6th episode. Trying to make improvements as we go. That being the video portion now. Should be exciting.
With my red hair.
The red hair.
To match my red
The
pants.
red herring. That's going to be your new nickname.
Oh, God.
Maybe next time I'll wear the other one.
Yes, you should. The blue one or the pink blonde one.
Maybe we should get the blue one right now.
That's for save for next time. Anyway. So what's been going on, Ben Hyman?
Don't start that nickname.
Why?
You have the itinerary. Let's go. Let's get started.
What's wrong with the nickname?
I think it's self-explanatory.
Okay. Anyway, so we finally have our merchandise available online. It's posted on the Ring page. So if you follow our Syracuse French Ring page, the link to our site is there. Also, if you go to makeupandmalinois.com, you can reach the store through there and also our podcast. And if you follow me on Instagram, Makeup and Malinois, you can also find the link in my bio description or whatever you want to call it. So we now have t-shirts and women's and men's. I don't know how many men are going to wear Makeup and Malinois, but anyway, hoodies, tank tops, and decals available. So we've sold a decent amount so far, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to see everyone wearing them. So it's exciting. Start the movement.
You should shout out to Teespring.
Yeah, we were going to make them ourselves, but it was like, this is way too much. I don't have time for this. We have all the supplies to do it. We make the shirts for our employees. And all the Makeup and Malinois shirts that I have, I made myself, but I ain't got time to do that.
Yeah, we're planning on making one for the Dog Lodge, too. So we can get some Dog Lodge merch going.
Yeah. Well, with all the haters we have now, I don't know how much are going to sell.
People gotta hate.
Why don't you tell them what you did, Ben?
Well, I guess we did. We received a little bit of flack with the Dog Lodge because we decided to go towards a membership model where daycare members have to come twice a week to be in playgroup, which is really the best decision. I totally am for that. It's the best way to go. It helps in so many ways as far as group consistency, and but there were very few, just a minority, were kind of upset that they couldn't just now come whenever they want or just come once a week. So we got a couple nice reviews for that one. It was kind of funny, just, having to deal with kind of the illogical positions some people were taking, but
people spreading their negative energy.
Business. But
sure won't happy.
But yeah, once we're, we want to get some sweet Dog Lodge shirts and stuff going. So Janelle's gonna help me do a Teespring store.
Mm-hmm. Did you just hear Weech? She's like, I'm over this already. In other news, we will be in Georgia again in March. Ben's going to be decoying a trial. March 21st? Is that when it is? Let me look at the dates. I already forget. Yeah, the 21st. And we actually we're going to be road tripping this time. So we're taking all the dogs with us. And rather than flying because flights were ridiculously expensive out of Syracuse. And then we thought about flying out of Boston, and, you know, with trying to get time off for work for me and changing weekends and stuff, it just made more sense to drive. So this should be interesting. 15 plus hours with 3 dogs in the car.
Yeah, if anybody has some sweet ideas on some stops along the way,
yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I wish I was able to trial, but Narco is nowhere near ready to step on the trial field for Ring 3. So, although Benson, we could have had him ready, but we don't even have a field right now because it's covered in snow. So that means I won't be able to do my jumps or.
That's why we're trying to leave the Northeast eventually. Get out of the snow.
Later. Yeah. Makes it very difficult. We don't have an indoor, like a designated indoor space to train in for the winter to put and it'd be a pain in the butt to like move the Palisade and the long jump.
Yeah, it's such a pain in the butt dealing with the freezing cold.
Yeah. I wish we had more people who were like into ring around us, so maybe we could like get a space to rent and keep our equipment there or something. But
yeah, the club's still running on bare minimum membership.
We're not even a club right now because there's only 2 members. But I mean, we don't really need to be a club because we're not going to really host any more trials, right? Wasn't that kind of the plan? Was to like
not in the near future.
I'll try and get my Ring 3 maybe somewhere else.
We need to shout out to Tom to shame him into renewing his membership.
Yeah.
So we can be a club.
Oh, we can make up a fake person. Creature can be our fake person and he'll be the club member. He'll be our 3rd. He's going to be the president. Look at his face right now. He's like, yes, it's going to be me. So yeah. So if anyone's in the area, come watch. That'd be pretty sweet. Come see some. I'm not really sure where the actual location is, but there is an event on Facebook that's been created, so I'm pretty sure you could probably find the location, or you can go on the NARA page, ringsport.org, and find the address of where it's being held then. So should be exciting.
Yep.
I was just looking on Facebook and saw another Tibetan Spaniel that is being rehomed, and I tried to show Ben, and he just gave me a grumpy man look.
That's only because I was setting up the podcast.
Uh-huh.
I ain't got no time.
Static electricity. I need another dog like I need a hole in my head, so just pump the brakes on that. And I've recently, because yesterday or a couple days ago was the 1-year mark that we gave Bolt, the police dog, over to his new handler. So I was just kind of earlier conversing with him a little bit about how he's been doing. And he's been doing really well. I guess he's really good at tracking. He's found a bunch of stuff, which is pretty sweet. He's still a hard dog. Tough dog. Admittedly, I told him that we were worried that we were afraid that Bolt might wash out from the program, and his handler said that he very well may have with a different handler. So, and that there was some conflict, I guess, in bite work, but they've been working through it, and he said it was probably just because he's a new handler. So
Bolt's a little angry.
He is, but then he was like, he's so sweet inside, and I'm like, he does like have a soft side to him.
He's sweet and salty.
More salty than sweet, but I never had any issues handling him in bite work or any conflict, so I'm not really sure. But I mean,
it was all just daily living.
Yeah, that was
issues.
Rough. Yeah, when he was in drive, there was never any redirecting. It was when he was frustrated is when that issue popped up. But he wasn't even a year old, so now he'll be what, 2? He'll be 2, I think, come this summer. So he's starting to reach that maturity and probably thinking he's tough shit. So hopefully we can see him. You know, it'd be sweet to watch them train or something. I put the feelers out there, so we'll see if anything comes of it or not. Yeah,
that'd be cool to see him again. See if he remembers us.
Oh, God.
If it's like that scene with the lions where the guy gets reunited with the lions.
It's like headbutting with them. I don't know. I feel like he had a little bit more of an attachment to me than he did you.
Probably.
I feel like all the dogs have. But I'm the one who feeds them and handles them and, all that shit. So I think that's probably the main reason. Where you just roll around and fuck with them.
I'm the playmate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that has to be good cop, bad cop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you want to touch upon the fate of the Malinois in the dumpster fire of the Malinois?
You can start that drama.
Well, the dust is settled now, so I feel like we could talk about it a little bit. Where I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it circulating around on social media, where it was like
the dust,
a dumpster on fire, and it.
Oh.
What did it exactly say? I can't remember. But basically, it was just alluding to people who are breeding their Malinois that don't have like actual working titles. It's more of just like dock diving and rally and titles and like bullshit titles, and basically think that makes a Malinois breed worthy, which is far from the truth, because it's not actually a real test to their temperament and their workability, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the state of the world that we live in. Everybody's an expert. And as soon as they have a little tiny bit of success, they think that their dog is somehow
breed-worthy,
a master and breed-worthy.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand it. Me personally, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I wouldn't even consider touching a breeding, because I know nothing about bloodlines. And I have no interest in going down that path and half-assing something that is so important to the longevity.
I mean, it just seems like because people think their dogs have like titles or initials towards the front of the end of their name, that they think it makes them worthy of breeding. But like,
I mean, this is exactly how breeds get watered down. Just like willy-nilly, I don't know, just like low caliber dogs being bred by amateurs.
I mean, I think even if your dog has like a French Ring 1 or an IPO 1, that doesn't necessarily mean it's even breedability, like breed worthy at that point either, because like we've had, like Raiden is not a breed worthy dog, and he has a Ring 1, and Mama definitely wasn't a breed worthy dog, and Hank has a Ring 3, but he only had one nut, so I wouldn't breed that.
Poor Hank.
I know, it wasn't his fault, but yeah, I think there's much more into it, but it just seems like everyone is getting Malinois this day because it's like the cool thing to do, or apparently they're really popular in California. I've been like seeing on social media that like everywhere you turn, I don't know if it's like San Fran or San Diego or wherever, people are walking down the streets with Malinois, which is so horrifying because this is why they end up in rescue. I saw this, and I saw this other thing. My coworker.
Well, this is the beginning of the watering down of the breed, because
this is how they get.
It starts with, I don't know. It starts with amateur trainers trying to breed, the dog that they like, and then I don't know. It just seems like it starts to just continue, and then down to, civilians thinking that they can breed just to, make a buck.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like that meme, some people took it personally to where they thought it was like directed towards them or the effort that they put into their dog. And I didn't interpret it that way. I didn't interpret it as like people were coming after you, taking away from the time and the effort that people put into, any sport that they do, dock diving or earth dog or whatever, barn hunt or rally, whatever you want to, whatever those AKC things are. I just took it more as like, that's not a true testament of the Malinois temperament and breed, and it shouldn't be justification to then go produce more potentially nervy, weird Malinois. I mean, they have a purpose, and I feel like that purpose can only be tested in a bite sport. So, but what do I know?
Well, to me, anybody that isn't gonna go open up a kennel, like a legit kennel, and are planning on developing a breeding program for the rest of their life, dedicating, their time and energy into a real program, they should get the fuck out of breeding. Like, I don't know. You're an idiot. That's what I think, because it's just like, why? You're doing nothing for the breed and for the purpose of the breed.
Yeah, and I can't say, because I really don't know much. Like, I know probably just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to breeding, just based off of like whatever research I've done. But anyway, just because you're breeding to a dog that might be titled, say, like a Ring 3 dog, doesn't mean you're going to produce Ring 3 puppies, or those like genetics are going to match or create, a good dog. Like, I've seen a Ring 3 dog bred to a shitty female, and all of them were shitters. So granted, breeding is a crapshoot, but I don't know. There's so much that goes into it. I would never, I don't know, who am I to judge? I don't know what I'm doing, so
yeah.
Why then, just because it's got good hips and elbows and it's genetically cleared from being a carrier for whatever, and I don't know, has a brevet or can jump 30 something feet into the water, I don't know, whatever, it's not my circus. So
yeah, I wasn't really following it that closely on any specific examples.
I mean, I just saw it reposted a lot, either on Instagram or Facebook. So, but I don't know why anyone would even want a Malinois unless you plan on doing a sport. Like, I would kill myself if Narco was just a pet.
Yeah.
Like, he's miserable to live with half the time. He's so annoying. So, if I didn't have him for a purpose, and that's the purpose I got him was for Frenching.
Well, in the world that we're in, even the circle of people that I know, I've seen so many examples, which is really what concerns me the most, of people in the sport that breeding dogs with like known health issues, and the program's kind of, janky and a little redneck, and just, taking females that aren't really like higher caliber females. They've kind of like tried to title them maybe and gotten, to Ring 1, Ring 2, which, I mean, that happens a lot, where it's like, titled males get bred to, non-titled decent females. That's just kind of like how it is. But the female should still be like a certain caliber dog. And then I've seen some of the dogs, when you're doing it that way, some of the dogs are just, they either have some sort of like health issue, or, genetic problems that kind of just get ignored.
I feel like there's not a lot of people who use females though to compete. So like, there's not a lot of good titled females out there. I feel like it's pretty male dominant.
That's common, but
which I don't think a dog has to be titled to be bred. I think you just need to know what you're doing to then breed a dog that hasn't proven its worth in some, venue of dog sport or police work or whatever.
Yeah, I think if you have a program and you really know and understand what you're looking at and what you're doing, but that's the whole problem, is if you're not that person, you have no right to be in breeding. And I find it like super disrespectful to people that just, marketing their dogs and their breeding when, they're kind of just in it half-ass and either doing it for money or attention. I
feel like if it's your first time, like a first litter, I feel like you should have deposits lined up before those puppies even get on the ground, before that breeding even happens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like I was saying a few minutes ago, as I was tagged by my coworker in this Facebook post about this whole litter of Malinois that it's in a shelter somewhere. So it's like, I don't know, like, you could be a reputable person, but if you can't rehome those dogs to decent homes, do you want potentially a litter of 6, 7, 8 Malinois in your house until you can find them homes? I don't think so. Like,
Yeah, I really wish there were just rules against breeding, some sort of state legislature or federal, where you can't just, you know, if you want to breed, you can't just go buy 2 dogs and stick them together. And that's, you know, why we've ended up with such a huge problem with excessive dogs and so many dogs getting put down every year.
Yeah. But anyway.
Next topic.
Not our problem. So it was just funny to me. I don't know. I'm getting sick of social media because I'm sick of like stupid bullshit and like people being on their soapboxes, and I don't know.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know. At what point do you think we'll ever outgrow social media? Probably not, huh? It's just going to keep evolving into different platforms.
Yeah, I mean, it went from television to now the internet. It's never going to stop until the rise of the machines wipe us all out.
I was looking for a e-collar for little dogs, and I'm disappointed to say that Garmin doesn't really have a selection of e-collars for small dogs. And they're my favorite one so far. I don't really like the Educator or e-collar Technologies or whatever it's called. Dogtra has one for like 7 pounds and up. I didn't hate my Dogtra, I guess. I don't know why I never really used it, but Garmin has one that's cool that like you just get the box and then you attach it to their collar, and it's controlled through your phone, like an app, which is cool, but I don't really want to have to like keep my phone on my hand for training. Like, it's bulky, it would get gross and kind of annoying, and I don't know. But it's cool, and it's cool because it like also tracks their fitness, which I'm interested in kind of doing with all the dogs. And it also can like, you can also set it up to have like these, I don't know what they're called, but like basically like hot spots in your house. So you like, if you don't want your dog going near your trash, you can put like a little tag thing, and I think it probably gives them a little shock if they go near the trash, which I think is a good idea. I don't know, why not? But still haven't found one because Creature needs probably could benefit from an e-collar. So he
has boundary issues.
Yeah. Well, I think he's starting to like get some maturity in him, so he's getting to be even more of like a little bit of a douchebag with Ziggy, and yeah.
He has a fond attachment to his brother Ziggy.
An inappropriate one.
Yeah.
Like, Ziggy's the only neutered one in the house, and I really think that the other males see him as a female. They act like he's a female. Like, Creature flirts with him like he's a female. It's weird. Like, Narco can be outside and I'll let Creature out, and he just looks at him and he's like, whatever. As soon as I let Ziggy out, Narco's like all up in his junk, sniffing him, chattering, having to pee on his pee and like stalk him. It's super annoying. And Creature does the same thing. It's like, come on. It's right. Poor Zig. Taking years off of his already old life. His gotcha day comes next month. A couple weeks. 2 weeks. February will be, what did I say? 7 years I've had him. Mm-hmm. He'll be 8 years old, or he is 8 years old. I don't know how old when his birthday is, but 7 years is my man.
We need to get him up here on the table next episode. Chooch.
Judy. Oh, see, even saying his name, look at Creature. He's like, what? Where is he? He's getting up. No. Chooch. See? He's perking up. He's like, oh, you call him my brother? It's ridiculous. Dude.
Got bedhead.
I tried using the regular e-collar on him, but it's way too big. The box, the connection is awful. Like, I was trying to rub it into his fur because he's got a really thick fur, and testing him to see if like I get any reaction. And on a 3, I would get maybe like an ear twitch, and I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right, because at 3 he should be hitting the ceiling for such a small dog. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about spending the $180 on a dog collar or Dogtra e-collar for him right now. He could use it though, because it was funny, because when I was talking to breeders before I got him, they're like, oh, well, we've had produce dogs that compete in rally and they compete in AKC obedience, but they have a stubborn side to them. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. They probably just, are using purely positive training or whatever. But yeah, I think there's some truth behind. He's definitely stubborn in some ways, like defiant, kind of just does what he wants and doesn't think he has to obey. And he takes corrections well too. Like he doesn't really get affected by them, which is interesting.
He's a watchdog. He's very resilient.
Oh, God. He's what I'd call a hard dog. No.
He would take on any enemy.
Like I don't know what it is.
Really likes watching TV and finding targets on the TV.
Yeah, we were watching YouTube videos last night of dogs doing bite work, and we were watching a Corso, and he was like lighting up, staring at the TV.
We should talk about that. What is the new Netflix thing we were watching? It was like animals at night.
Yeah.
We should talk about the fucking leopard thing.
Jaguar, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jaguar.
It must have been like someone's security camera, and it like creeped up, and I don't know, that must be a street dog. Was it India?
Yeah, I mean, or just, somebody's dog hanging out.
Outside. Freaking murked this thing. Like this dog.
It's like an apartment complex.
Yeah. Did not have a chance. Not even, like it'd be like a burp, and like you just see the Jaguar or whatever, like walking off with this probably like 50, 60-pound dog by the throat.
Yeah, it wasn't a small dog. It was definitely a decent sized dog.
Yeah.
But literally half a second, this Jaguar just like slaps this dog upside its head and immediately just goes for the neck. And it was over in 2 seconds.
It was
so quick.
And then it went to this other scene where someone had a bear in their kitchen opening their fridge. Like, what? And then
that would scare me worse than Jaguar. I'd probably get killed a lot quicker with Jaguar, but the bear, for some reason,
like, how did it get in their house?
Bears are scary. We'd probably open up the sliding glass door.
Oh my God!
Just like help letting himself in.
And then they showed they cut to this other scene where it was a bear pulling a dumpster and just walking off with the dumpster.
Yeah, he looked like a human in a bear suit.
Oh God!
But that other scene was crazy too, where it was another security camera, and they just show it was kind of like a dark street, and they just showed this Jaguar just like leap into scene, probably like bounded like 15 feet, and then runs across the street, and then just like launches up into like these trees, like insane, the amount of like agility and power that those things have. And this is like a city. I forget what city it was, but it was
India, wasn't it?
I think it was somewhere.
Well, not that that's a city, but
somewhere
country, yeah.
Over there, where, I think that like the population density of the leopards was really high in this one location
because the monkeys.
They were, the city was encroaching upon their territory, and basically at night, these leopards just come down and go into the city because there's pets and small animals, easy prey, and
dumpsters.
It's like a thing.
And what about all those monkeys?
Obese monkey?
Yeah.
The obese monkey.
But what kind of monkeys were those?
I don't remember.
They're smaller, but, smaller primates. I don't know what city, but they're considered like almost like sacred there. So like people will feed them, and like they were showing scenes of like people like on their little like mopeds or whatever, just like dumping food at them. And like they were showing monkeys, and I'm like, is that one pregnant? And then they go and talk about how just like humans, when there's like a surplus of food, they also will just kind of eat in excess and get fat. Like he looked like an obese person, but in a monkey form.
Or Jabba the Hutt.
Yes. It's sad. I really thought it was like a lactating female or something, but nope. It was just an overweight monkey. We're not that different. We're not that separated from our primate friends. But yeah. So that was interesting. Yeah, what was it called? Something at night. I don't know. I found it on Netflix. Narco keeps chewing on himself. Narco, enough. I stopped the Apoquel for now because I've been reading side effects about how it can affect their immune system, and it made me paranoid. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Take the good with the bad, I guess. I feel like he hasn't been itching and biting as much though. Before I put him on Pred and before I put him on the Apoquel, but maybe that's just me with wishful thinking. Oh, look at him on my back. That's cute. So yeah, gotta get back to training. Gotta really start doing the basket again.
Yeah, once it warms up and you have a decent place
We could do the
to
basket
train regularly.
inside.
Yeah, it's still freezing.
Well, at least there's no snow on the ground.
We just got to
inside.
schedule a day. And we got a new prospect kid that wants to start coming too, so got to
see.
get him out here.
We will see. I feel like everyone was always initially interested, and then I don't know what happens. They realize how much it sucks, how much work it is, how much expensive a suit is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not one of those. I don't know. It's not like playing video games where you can just do it every once in a while and it's still fun. Or you can just take 2 weeks off and then it's not like a casual hobby.
No,
It's
not if
more
you're
of like
serious
an
about
obsessive hobby that I don't know, at least to be successful in the sport it has to be like this obsessive level.
Are you excited to decoy the trial?
Yeah.
I wonder how many ring 3s you're gonna have.
I don't know. Well, I want to renew my level 2 at some point. I think I have 3 trials that would count towards renewing at this point, but I need 3 more under, I don't know, 2 different judges or something like that. So
Does it matter what kind of trials? Like, can they be regional or?
as long as there's ring 3s in them.
Doesn't matter how many.
No.
Okay. Do you think I should do dog and white ring 3?
You could do certain stuff for sure.
Yeah. I could do the search maybe.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Stop isn't an option. I don't know if the basket's an option. Probably not.
It depends if the judge will let you train a little bit.
It's Ari, right?
Yeah. Well, is it?
I think it's Ari.
Yeah.
Think he'll let me?
I have no idea.
I've never trialed under him.
I've never decoyed under him or trialed under him.
So it'll be a first for. Well, I'm not trialing.
Chicago.
It's hard because I when I'm at trials and I'm not actually trialing, I get like this itch and I want to do it. So it's gonna be like, I want to be out there.
And then you get there and you're like, wah.
That hasn't happened yet. So I'd like to keep that streak running. We were watching Hank's Ring 2 video last night.
Yeah, I've been reorganizing and I renamed my YouTube channel and I want to go back and just kind of organize. I forgot how many videos I have on there and I just feel like a lot of them are kind of cool. It'd be nice if more people got to see them. So I've been going back and trying to
Down memory lane.
reorganize them and but yeah, we were watching Hank's Ring 2 in
He blew right through the hurdle. Just
Ohio.
ran right around it and was like gunning for something. And you don't know what he was going for.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going for the long jump, but it was funny.
A lot of experience gained with that dog. A lot of errors made and
What did he do?
really had to
You lost the throne, right?
persevere.
Because he took too long to come back to you? Or was it the scene?
Yeah, because at Ring 2 with Hank, I kept losing the defensive handler. You know, each trial it was like another thing. And in the beginning, once I got a certain level of control with Hank, where I started off as a very newbie and the control was like so bad, I was struggling to like keep him together at ring one. Then I got to the point where I was, looking to mentors and people at a higher level and trying to figure out what I need to do. And the obedience really started to come around where I was like getting close to perfect obedience scores. But then when I got to ring two, it was like the bite work was killing me. Like I was struggling to find, the balance, find the sweet spot in bite work where it was like, he was outing and I wasn't losing a ton of points in the outs and then trying to keep him
His outs were nice
on
in that
the
video.
line. And then like each trial I kept screwing up on the defense. And I think I did.
What were you screwing up on? What were you losing?
I was like losing him on the defense.
So
somehow.
he was escorting the decoy, or he was just biting?
Well, a couple times he went into heel because again, like I really had his obedience on point, but then, there was a point, for me, it's all about balance. And there was a point where he was way out of balance where it was, his obedience was really sharp and he was too much on me. So he was getting confused in the defense and he was sticking with me instead of keeping focus on the decoy. And that's where it was like, he was really out of balance where I needed to bring him back to, being much more on the decoy, understanding like, vigilance with the decoy is important and keeping him like really driven for the decoy and not so much for, me.
Who were you training with at that point?
I don't even remember. I was all over the place, but I just remember specifically going with, getting to go out to Deb Zappia's club, and I started being able to do private lessons with her, and that's where it was really pointed out to me how out of balance he was, how far I had gone the one way and needed to bring him back towards being more driven for the decoy and not so much, toys and the ball and me. So, I mean, that trial was an example of, as I was getting to the point of like really trying to focus back on the bite work, then my obedience started to like get crappy again because I was like focusing on the bite work and trying to like get these stupid legs because I think I had failed trying to get his ring two or three times, and then finally I think I ended up getting his ring two qualifying scores back to back, where I had failed a couple times and then finally got one qualifying leg, and then they got the next one, I think.
Well, it was funny because was it after the retrieve where you like in that video you're just like he's sitting in front of you, you're just like I fucking this shit out of him. Like,
yeah, because he would go get the retrieve item and then he was just lollygagging, just kind of like
chewing.
I'm gonna
and
take my time here.
Yep.
Might stop over at this patch of grass and take a gander, and then I'll make my way back. Oh, but nope, I saw something over here. I'm gonna go check this out, and then maybe I'll come back and I'm gonna pretend to come in to front, and then I'm gonna spin, and then and then it was triple horn. You've
too long.
Past your time.
Yeah. I didn't see how did he do on the defense in that one. I didn't see that, or was it on?
He was good. Defense was pretty on point with that trial.
His search was good too.
Yeah.
Was it because you didn't have a decoy? Is that like where sometimes like you initially were having problems with the bite work?
Yeah, I mean that was my problem. Like almost his whole career was not having a consistent quality decoy. Mm-hmm.
You decoyed him though yourself. Like, you did some of that too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a lot of decoying.
Like you didn't have
myself,
a handler,
and a lot of it was shitty.
But like you were still working him.
Yeah. I have some sweet video that at some point we should make like some sort of video. I was thinking of putting a whole bunch of clips together and like doing like
a montage. It's gonna be a montage.
Like doing background like explanation while it's playing of like
of what you're
don't
doing.
Do this. This is where I was at this point, and just kind of like critique what I was doing. I think it could be really helpful to certain people that are in the same position.
I feel like a lot of people probably are. Because there's not many decoys or clubs for fringing around, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I just remember doing, putting on like a back tie and having him down and then going out in my suit and sending him to myself to practice targeting. And I mean, you can do that, but there was just a lot of stuff I was doing wrong. Just, having the sessions go way too long and, I think it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun for the dog and rewarding. And sometimes it was just blatantly obvious. I was getting off track with that, and it was becoming,
too serious.
Yeah, and just boring. Boring.
For him or for you?
Yeah, for him. Let's just do, leg after leg after leg of targeting. And it makes me laugh now just looking at like his out and how like you could tell I would get frustrated in the video but not really know what to do or not doing the right thing to make it clearer.
He just hit his head. Sorry, Weech, he was snoring.
Don't embarrass him on live TV.
Live TV. It's pre-recorded TV.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, Weech. He was snoring and it was cute.
What other topics do we have, or do we go through them already?
I mean, that was kind of like just some things to touch upon.
Bird.
Bird.
We could talk about the lodge. We're expanding.
We are.
Expanding the lodge. Adding 8 more suites. So we can have some more space because we're constantly filled up and not able to provide boarding for people, and we want to be able to accommodate during the busy times.
What's interesting? I know like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, like at least like 5 nurses or once were nurses who are also into DogSport. I wonder if there's some kind of underlying connection there. A personality type. Type A.
I don't know.
Perfectionist. Crazy. All of the above. That's cool though. At least 5 or 6, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tough being in the dog world, especially the pet arena, but I'm definitely extremely grateful for the lodge and what it's giving us. And but eventually it's like we gotta make a transition because it's a lot of work. It's not something we really want to do for the long term.
That's a negative.
But maybe we can hand it down to somebody else who wants to continue what we've built. Because I think it's definitely something unique for the area.
He's snoring.
Weech,
again.
stop interrupting us with your snoring.
His snoring wakes me up at night sometimes. Like he snores like...
It's probably not picking up with these mics, but I wonder if it's picking it up with the
he snores.
The camera mic.
Sometimes he sounds like a 500-pound man who has sleep apnea and is probably...
He's louder than me at times.
Yeah, hold on.
He's on to you.
Yeah, he opened his eyes and he's like, what is this bitch doing? What are you doing? So yeah, I think it'd be cool to put up more of your training videos for people to see, to learn from your mistakes. Like I've had the opportunity to do.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You have a lot. Well, what is your new channel called? It was the Syracuse Frontering Club.
Just my name. Well, part of my name. Benjamin Taylor. Check it out.
Okay. That's your YouTube name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got some pretty sweet videos. I mean, like, he's got videos of me up there, so they're pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Of me trialing Raiden and Narco. Not too many training videos that we've done, though, and I feel like we do have...
Well, I have a bunch of montage videos, but I kind of want to go back and redo them because...
we got copyright infringement on some of them.
Yeah, some of them are taken down for copyright music. So but most of them are like montages. There's not like educational, like how-to videos, but I think it'd be cool to do some more of those. Get some of that out there.
Well, we're planning on doing that with the Makeup and Malinois, right? We want to get some videos going up.
Yeah.
Kind of going through. It'd be cool if we had a puppy right now, so we could show from the beginning stages.
Yeah, I mean, that's a commitment. That would be cool to do, maybe with the next dog.
I don't want a next dog.
Yeah, you do. You always want a next dog.
What did you ask me the other day? How many dogs do you need to have?
I don't think I said it like that.
It sounded like that in my head. Because I was looking at Swedish Valhunds, or whatever the heck they are. I said, I want that to be my next dog. It'd be cool to do bite work with them.
I want to do stuff for the boarding kennel, too. Because I think it could be popular with... I mean, there's a ton of people starting daycare and boarding facilities out there, and I feel like that would be cool to do. Just short videos on, how to manage the numbers, how to set up a good program, how to send up daycare membership program, or, how to manage your storefront, or, what kind of hours you should run. Because a lot of that stuff, you can really be banging your head against the wall in the beginning with all of these just like administrative, administrative and just technical details of setting up a facility.
Well, we can make some of the videos that we can make, which I feel like with Narco that you don't, I don't know if I've really ever seen, is he is completely green when it comes to the stop attack. So we can definitely do stuff with that other than with the toy. He's completely green when it comes to the unseen retrieve. So we definitely can do that. Is there any other things that I'm missing? Oh, the send away. I mean, he's probably like 50% with the send away at this point. So that can definitely be something that we could kind of go over. Is there anything else I'm missing?
I mean, I think it could be cool to do just like a trial prep video from like we're starting here and we've got a trial at such and such a date for ring 3, and basically
can see me crying and
how much work goes into the prep going up to the trial, and then the result, whether it's good or bad.
Oh, it'll be good, because I won't step on the field without 90% confidence. I need to reel him in a lot because he's really an asshole. Like we might have some come to Jesus meetings, I think, based off of how he was acting in the last trial, like a wild animal. So maybe I won't show that. I don't think people could handle some of the reality of what it takes to train these dogs and get them to be respectful. No comment?
No. I mean, I just think if, you're going to allow the dog the privilege of biting, which is what they live to do, they need to understand when they can and cannot bite. And that's not a topic of debate, when you're handling a dog with that kind of training on it. It's got to be under control.
But that wasn't, I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but that's not really what I was kind of going towards.
Yeah, it is. That's why you need to have come to Jesus meetings because, he is kind of bordering on the line of, kind of doing what he wants out there.
Oh, I was just speaking in terms of his obedience and him like unraveling when he's not getting rewarded. And
yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Okay. All right. Well, it's hopefully February will be a mild month, and we can get out there and get on the field more and really start hammering in these principles to him. And he's going to be 5 this year. So I really feel like, maybe the clock is ticking, maybe not. I don't know. In terms of us getting a ring 3 and him getting older.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his prime right now. So you got
as he's laying on the couch
a
moaning.
couple years left of him kind of being in prime age. So there's plenty of time.
And then it's going to be miserable living with him as a retired dog because he's still going to be just as much dog.
I like him. I think he's fine. He just, when it goes to like the transition, when you have to transition him to doing from one thing to the next, that's when he starts losing his mind.
Like letting him outside to go to the bathroom. He flies out the door.
It's the most exciting thing in the world for him.
Or when we're like getting all the dogs ready, or even just getting him ready to like go for a walk, and he's just loading up and trembling, and he's got his claws digging into the ground, and he's like ready to take off.
Well, he's not so bad with me, but we're just very different people. Like when I am about to go outside, it's much more like unpredictable. Like I'll be like, all right, we're going out, and it's just like we go out. Where you're like getting your jacket.
I'm methodical.
And then you're going to get your makeup on, and Chooch and Creature are like, oh my God, we're going out. This is awesome. Let's go to Mom, and we're going to jump on her, and we're going to have a great time before we go out. And then Narco's just there like, oh my God, what's happening? This is awesome. And then you're like, no, stop it. And he's like, what? Oh, I can't do that. Okay, I'm going to lay down, and we're going to get real ramped up. And then she's going to release us, and we're going to go Mach 27 out the door because it's awesome.
I don't release him. I make him going to heel, but something like that. My life is methodical. I have to, or I forget things. So, unfortunately, they are patterned to me. I will take full accountability for that one. But he's also annoying in the crate, and he's getting worse. I don't know why. I mean, he's always been annoying in the crate, but now he's getting even more just like a bitch about it. Like we'll eat in there, and then he'll just circle and make his chimp noise and circle. And I have to e-collar him to lie down.
I think it's a winter thing.
He's getting pent up, yeah.
I think he's always been like this.
I just feel like he's getting...
Do you remember how he was at your parents'?
When
you'd have him in the basement in his crate, and he would do like the same. He would do the same thing, the circling and the whining and the,
He did that since day one. Like he never wanted to go in the crate. I'd just make him do it, and I'd make him sleep in my car in the crate while I'm at work, or I put the bark collar on him at like 12 weeks, so he would shut the fuck up. It wasn't a created thing. I tried really, really hard to beat it out of him, proverbially, not actually beat him, but by like feeding him in there and making the crate fun. And yeah, he'll fly into the crate for food and eat in there, no problem. And then as soon as he's done, it's a problem. And I didn't coddle it. I just ignored it. I don't know why. It's just him. He just does not like to be confined. But if he's in a crate and he's in the room with me and he can see me, it's no problem. It's as soon as I'm out of sight. But he's like laying on the couch right now, and I'm not visible, and he doesn't give two shits. It's a weird, I don't know the psychology behind it and his behavior.
Frustration.
Yeah. But again, I can leave him in the bedroom, tell him to lie down on his bed, move around, and he'll just stay on the bed completely content. So it's like, I always thought maybe it was like a separation thing, but if it were separation, I feel like that would carry over to different pictures, don't you think? And the funny thing is he has no problem being in his crate and being quiet when he knows we're training and we're down on the field.
Yeah, most of the time, but
if he hears like
he's still
bite work going on, obviously he starts ramping up, but he's not nearly as bad when we're, he's in the back of the truck and he's like waiting to come out, or he's gone out and he's chilling. So no, overall he's a decent house dog. I can't complain too much. It's just like you said, transitioning from point A to point B with him is
yeah, that's why I like him. I think he's fine.
Like he would.
It's a rare rarity where he's like really being over the top.
Yeah. And once he gets up over the top, it's hard to bring him down. At least I have a hard time.
He's a good cuddler.
Yeah, I mean, he would sleep on the bed all night if he could with us. And he would, he used to sleep all in the bed with me when I worked nights during the day. No problem with the other two dogs. So he's good in that sense. I can't complain.
Yeah, and with him going like, the whole outside thing, I think you should just try, maybe give a shot what I've been doing with him. Just being a little more hands off and just keep making him go through the door. So, just make him do it over. He doesn't get to go outside until he goes through it with some manner of control.
Well, you need to show me what the bar is set for what you find acceptable and
do it
and not acceptable. Because like
he's been able to do it.
I can tell him easy. Like he is perfectly capable of walking through a door and through life at a normal rate. He just chooses not to do it for some reason. For some reason, he needs to just do it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, I think it's just self-rewarding for him.
And then he'll let out that his leaking bark that he has to do.
Just that triggers me. That's my.
Yeah.
I end up triggered. And I just can't handle it. Ruins my day.
Yeah. I mean, if I tell him easy and I'm like
still going?
super stern about it.
Left? Oh, we're almost to an hour.
Whoa.
I've almost been speaking for a whole hour.
Wow. Like he's funny. Like he'll like put his head down and like he'll slowly, ever so slowly tiptoe. And then once he gets to the door, it's like, pow! And it's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that's where that part is where what I've been working on clearing up for him, because that's not.
It's just maintaining a level.
That ain't it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all I have to rant about today. Life's been pretty busy. Work's been a little crazy. So.
Mm-hmm.
The weather's been shitty. It's been really freaking cold here. It was like 10 degrees, 8 degrees when I went to work yesterday morning. The yard was an ice skating rink. It's like not even safe to have our dogs out because I'm afraid they're going to break a leg.
Yeah, our driveway is sketchy. That's what I was saying before. Like we have a kind of a unique setup here, but our driveway is like a quarter of a mile long, and it's like going up a hill, and it gets super icy. And I was telling Janelle yesterday I was salting it by hand because I couldn't use the push one because it was too slippery. Like the wheels weren't even grabbing. And I slid like 50 feet standing up down the driveway just in awe of like, am I going to stop? When am I going to stop?
What shoes did you have on?
My boots, my steel toe boots. So I was sliding and eventually started to pick up speed, and I took a voluntary lay down before I ate shit real hard.
Happening? Why couldn't I have seen this?
You were at work.
That would have been hilarious.
All right. You want to take us out?
Yeah. We appreciate you listening and give us some feedback. Hopefully we can get the YouTube channel up and running soon, and we can kind of get the ball rolling with the training videos, and hopefully we're going to document we plan to document our road trip so you guys can kind of see life with 3 dogs on our way to Georgia, and I'll definitely be getting plenty of video of the trial while in Georgia. So
Georgia.
I hope I can do some horseback riding while I'm down there, because I've been on a horse in forever and I know diddly about them, so hopefully I can learn a thing or two.
Yeah, anybody that enjoys it would really be helpful. leave
There's a lot of things
review
we
type
could
thing.
talk about, but we just choose not to because we don't want to be on a soapbox or creating unnecessary
Sometimes
waves.
it's hard not to be.
Don't you jump off that table. All right. We appreciate you listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks.